Well, hello there, and welcome back to another review made by me. And this is my second review. The first one is already on the channel, and you can watch it if you like. I'm not bothered if you do or not, but if you do, you will know what my next film is. So, that is a good thing. And the channel schedule from now on, I will do 2 videos a week. So I will do one on Saturday and one on Sunday. And in doing that, it will allow me to get them done and not have to stop for other things. And as people may know, I doubt many people are watching this, but my second review is The Greatest Showman. And it says the kids' version, but that was because I watched this film a while after it was released. And that was because I had I wanted to see it, but never had the time for some reason. Because this film came out in 2017, and as it says here, I saw it in 2018. And I quite like this film. This film it's a good musical. The characters are likeable, which is a problem, which I'll get on to. But the songs are good, they're catchy, the acting was good, the way they made it set in the 20s made it feel good. And then it was the best musical I think I'd seen that year, because not many musicals came out in 2018. I mean, I saw the Beauty and the Beast remake that year, but it came out the previous year again. And also, I like the Beauty and the Beast thing, but we'll get onto that. But I'd argue that the Beauty and the Beast sequel is better than... No, the original is better than the sequel. Well, not sequel, but remake, because, yeah. Well, it's like the new Mulan, but that's also different. Anyway, The Greatest Showman. The main plot of The Greatest Showman is about this man called P.T. Barnum, who was a circus... He was a showrunner, or a showman, and he was the revolutionary guy who took over the kind of... He revolutionized circuses as we know today. But I really liked this. It was a good way of showing how the circus became a thing, and it showed the problems with like freak shows, as they're commonly also known as, because of him. And yeah, the plot is about him wanting to... It's about him wanting to start this circus. His family are quite poor. He doesn't have much of a life. Well, he kind of wants to he wants to be a circus because of experiences as a child. He wants to join this, be the leader of the circus. So he goes out finding people who are talented enough to be part of his circus. And this is and it's about him coming to, he gets criticism, and it's learning about him dealing with it. And the songs are quite meaningful and emotional, and some of them are uplifting. And it's also kind of... And the end is about him learning the fact that he's created this thing and that he doesn't want to do it anymore. So he gives it to the person who he wants to take it over, who was originally hesitant. And the cast of this was amazing, because you had Hugh Jackman as P.T. Barnum, and Hugh Jackman is one of the best actors of this generation. Even though he's in his 40s, he is one of the best actors around at the moment, because he's able to do so much. He's able to be Wolverine. He's able to be a musical person, because in Les Mis he was amazing as Jean Valjean, even though he was hardly in it. And in this, he has a front centre role, and he has an amazing singing voice, because that's where he started. He started off in Oklahoma in a recording, and he played the lead. And that's what made people like him. And I think that's how he got it started. Anyway, I end up on a ramble. If you don't like rambles, ignore my stuff, because I like rambling. His wife in this film is played by Michelle Williams, who I hadn't really heard of before I watched this film. I know she was a singer, and she was part of a band. No, actually, that's the other Michelle Williams, never mind. But, yeah, I had never seen Michelle Williams before this film, and then after this was Venom. And when Venom came out, she was in it, and then I started seeing a lot more things, and so I started to realise that she was this big actress before this, but I had no idea who she was. But she was really good in this, because it's to do with this film also deals with the struggles of their marriage. Zendaya's in this. She plays this acrobat, the person who does like the weird loop-de-loops, and she's good in this. She has a couple of songs, and there's like a subplot between like a romance between her and Zac Efron's character, who's the guy who takes over. Spoilers again. And yeah, she was good. Like, she was a small character, so she didn't get really that much to do, but you can tell that she was already quite good, because by this point she was in Spider-Man, so she was being set up for other things. Rebecca Ferguson was in this, and she played this opera singer. Well, I wouldn't say opera singer, but she was a singer who P.T. Barnum met while doing a tour, and this film documents their sort of love affair. Like, they kind of get together, and then on stage she tries to force him to go with her on this tour, because he wants to carry on with the circus, but she wants him to join her and leave his wife and whatsoever. So while they're on the stage, she kisses him, and it looks like they're cheating, and then that's kind of where the struggles start to happen within their marriage, within P.T. Barnum's marriage. And I'll get onto it in a bit, but I don't like the song that she sings, because it's not that she isn't a bad singer, because it's just I don't like the song. It's personally not my thing. Zac Efron, as I said, he is a guy who, when we first meet him, is originally hesitant to take over a circus, because he's this posh man. Well, not posh, he's like this upper class man who his parents want him to do well and not be concerned with this riffraff. But he's originally hesitant to do it, and so Peter Barnum has to kind of influence him into joining the group, because he's also a good gymnast as well, and a good dancer. And so it's about that, and then he meets Zendaya, and then they start off the love thing, and then they have their song. And he takes over at the end, because P.T. Barnum has set up this thing, as I said before, and then he wants to go off and be more with his family, because he never was, because he was always on tour. So he ended up going, and so P.T. Barnum did this thing. Now, Keala Settle, she played the bearded lady, and she had the most famous song in the film. This Is Me is the most famous song from this film, because it's the only one that was in, the album got to the top of the charts, but it was the only single that got into the UK charts, and it was and her character was very good, because it's meant to be the struggles of her having this deformity, and about her learning to deal with it, and overcome the criticisms of the public who dislike her figure, and they don't want to watch her because they're scared of her. And that's what the song is about. Because the song is an acceptance song. This film is mainly about acceptance, about accepting who you are and accepting the fact that people can also change. Then you have, randomly, Queen Victoria turns up, because the circus ends up going off to London, and so they perform for the Queen. And the actress who played Victoria, who is Gail Rankin, I don't know why, but when I first saw her, I thought she looked like Katy Perry, and I was very confused. And I'm not a fan of Katy Perry, so I was like, why are you here? You're not British, what are you doing? And then I realised afterwards that it wasn't, but she looks so much like her. Watch this film back and notice that. And that's the main cast, mainly through. There's also the young P.T. Barnum, but he was in it for like 5 minutes and a good song. But yeah. Anyway, the songs. So, in terms of the songs, there was quite a few. There was The Greatest Show, which was sung at the beginning. Good song. Then there's Million Dreams, which is, as I said before, the song that young P.T. Barnum sings. You then have Come Alive, which is about... because all the circus troupe originally don't trust each other, and it's about them learning to, like, be friendly with each other and go out and perform. And then there's Other Side, which is the Hugh Jackman, Zac Efron duet, which is about them learning to deal with... it's Hugh Jackman trying to get Zac Efron to join him. And the best part of that song is the bartender, because he does, like, weird movements to the music, and it's quite funny. Now, Never Enough is the song that I said before that Rebecca Ferguson sings. And I do not like it. I don't know why. It's just that it's very repetitive. Because it's just like, never enough, and it's not good. It's not a good song. People may disagree with me. If you disagree with me in the comments, you're entitled to your opinion. I just disagree with you. I'm allowed to. Then there was This Is Me, revolutionary song. Then there was Rewrite the Stars, which was Zac Efron and Zendaya, and that was a alright song. It's a bit poppy, and I'm not keen on pop. I like classical music. My favourite song is Nessun Dorma, but that should prove something. I don't know. Tightrope, which is the song that his wife sings when she's threatening to divorce him and leaves him. And then there's From Now On, which is P.T. Barnum's originally, because the circus building burns down, and then Hugh Jackman decides to he's like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore, and then the others influence him, and then he realises he can still do it, and that is all the songs. I mean, they do a reprise of Greatest Show at the end, because it's the big, like, final performance. But, yeah, that's basically it. There are a few reprises, like Million Dreams is reprised because old Hugh Jackman sings it, and then Never Enough is reprised for reasons of I don't know. And then that's it. They did a re-release of the songs with, like, famous singers, well, modern singers, and that wasn't very good. The only good one was the one with James Arthur, but I don't like Anne Marie, so I didn't like that part of the song. Now, This Is Me won the Golden Globe Award for Best Original Song. And that year, Beauty and the Beast came out, as I said. And I would argue that Evermore from Beauty and the Beast was better than This Is Me. I'm sorry, people may disagree, as I've said, comments. But Evermore was much better. And I will explain why in another video, because I believe I will be reviewing that. Now here's the bit that I said at the end of the video, of the last video, where I said that this film was quite controversial. That is because this film uses artistic license through the roof. It focuses on the good parts of P.T. Barnum's life, and P.T. Barnum was not a good man. P.T. Barnum had slaves. He abused these freaks. He abused animals. He killed them. He forced them onto stage for fun, and he beat slaves. He kept them. He wouldn't let them be free. But this film has none of that in it. All it focuses on... I'm sorry, that was my camera. Ignore everything. And this film it never showed that. It never showed what the whole idea of, like, it never showed, oh yes, Hugh Jackman's character is not a good man, because Hugh Jackman is a likeable character, is a likeable human. He is a good man, but I think what they wanted to do was, because it was a musical, they didn't want to delve too deep into the darkness because they knew that if they did, it would cause problems. But I'd have liked that darkness because, as I've said before, Les Mis, a very dark film. But afterwards, it doesn't even show any of those problems. And that is why a lot of people don't like this film. Because they don't like the subtext, and if you research into his life, you find out that he was a horrible man. But I think if you ignore what that was, it is a much better film. Like, if you ignore what the subtext is and you look at the film as a musical, but not as this is what P.T. Barnum actually was like, then it's a better film, I'd say. And yeah, I've said before how I like the way the film was made as well. I'm moving on from the controversy thing because I don't want to spend too much time because this video is already longer than my other one. So the way the film was made was that it was like they got it into a 1920s, 1930s. Well, no, it wouldn't be 1920s because Victoria's around. What am I on about? No, it'd be like the 1800s, 1860s, perhaps, and because Albert wasn't there, I assume. Yeah, 1860s, and so you have, like the attire, the aesthetics, like the streets, they all look like they are from the 1860s, and I like that. The only problem is that I didn't like the songs didn't fit with the time period. Like, the songs were very poppy, upbeat, felt like modern songs. Like, if you were to listen to a song by maybe, I don't know, whoever your favorite, like, a good modern singer is. I'm not keen on modern music, as I've said. But it sounds like one of them, so it doesn't fit with the time period. I thought that the setting was good, like the way it was lit, the direction was good, the songs were well written, but I don't think the songs were like mixed well with the film. And but people still originally when this film came out, which was the end of 2017, this film did not do well. This film bombed at the box office. Nobody went to see it. Critics hated it. And then, just after New Year, this film started to turn around. People started to watch it more, and people started to like it more. And so, more people went to see it, and that's how it became as big as it did. And now, this was that much of a trend, so that now it, if a film bombs originally and then after a few months it starts to do really well, it's called the Greatest Showman effect. Like Venom originally didn't do well at all, then a lot of people started to like it. And this film was that successful over its whole run. It earned $435 million altogether. I didn't look at the Deadpool one before because I wasn't prepared, and now I'm better prepared. But yeah, my friend told me that this was a good tip to research into my things. I think that's a good idea. Thank you, my friend. You know who you are. The awards for this film. This film was nominated for a few films. It didn't win any. Well, no. It was nominated for Best Motion Picture at It was nominated for Best Motion Picture for musicals. So not like Best Picture, like Irishman or Joker or whatever. It wasn't like that. It was for the musical, so like how Rocket Man was part of that category because it was a musical. And Hugh Jackman was also nominated for Best Actor in a musical. I think he won. I believe he did, yes. And in doing so, this allows him to ignore what I just said. I'm getting very confused. But yes, with The Greatest Showman, this is my wrap up because this video is quite long already. It's a good film, but not historically accurate in any way. So if you're watching it for historical accuracy, you won't like this film. If you watch it for an enjoyable film to watch with kids or to watch by yourself as like a musical, you will enjoy this film. And my next movie, if I peruse my list, it won't take long. This wasn't an Odeon film, this was Avengers. But that's Avengers Infinity War. So, yes. And the problem is that I will then... that video will probably be even longer than my other one. But this is how it is. And thank you for watching. I think. And this is my review. I'll be reviewing that next time. That will be next week. Hope you like the content. And goodbye.